Alright, trilogy for the day. I have with me, one moment please. When I was at Super 1, I was stocking up on habaneros. I've been having those fairly regularly, one after breakfast in the morning or in the afternoons at some point. And they don't have any more specific than it's a habanero. But this is the one I got. To anybody in the know, it looks a little bit maybe like a fatale or possibly one of the ghost pepper varieties. And I just happen to have my bag of Habanero peppers right here, my frozen ones. I busted those out to show a comparative analysis. They look, the Habanero and Jalokias tend to be a little more bumpy and wrinkly on the skin. This one does have a bit of mottling on the skin, three-lobed. You can see the triangulum from the front edge there, same as the Jalokia or the Morich. I'll show another one. They tend to be three-lobed varieties, but they look very similar. I don't know if they're as hot. I know that they don't taste the same as these, but ooh, that smells good. Plop this back. And I'll show you a few more. I got a dozen and a half of them. But there's a lot. Here's the one I'm eating right now. And then there's another one. I mean, there's some of them look almost like carrots. But you'll see they all, for the most part, have that more elongated shape. And here's the granddaddy of the bunch. Very much like a fatale or a Jalokia, but not quite as mottled or bumpy skinned. So yeah, I thought that was interesting, so I picked up a whole bunch of them that look like some more exotic varieties. A nice bright orange color though. But here we go. Another mysterious habanero variety that I don't know the exact cultivar, but I'm going to give it a go. I'll do the big one. Not too bad size. It was a little tougher to get off. Very sweet. Hoppas starting to heat up. Tasty, you know. Ooh, there's a little bit. Right off the bat, I'm noticing not quite as intense as the Morich that I just ate a few minutes ago. Still, I feel like I might get the hiccups. Hot all the way down. And a little bit of a sting in my throat. Mouth is starting to flare up. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, my forehead and my scalp are already feeling like I'm starting to sweat. And my face is getting warm. Tongue. The whole top of my tongue is just coated in heat. And even the tip. Oh, sorry. Middle of my chest is just really hot. And my whole face is just warm. Hair right here is getting damp. I'm getting little bits of seed and whatnot stuck right in my throat there. Yeah, my chest is really hot. And all the way down my throat. Peaking like right here. In a U shape almost is what it feels like. Converging right into here. Hot. And up in the mid-level throat, I can feel stinging. The whole top of my tongue is just wham! Just a steady flame is being fanned every time I talk. I can feel it more. Now my whole tongue, except for the very, well, no, I can feel it on the bottom now too. It's just it climbs up and then it stays at a flare. It starts low and then flares up and then goes down a little bit and just even at the dips and the troughs of the ebbing of the heat, it doesn't die down all that much. Once in a while I can taste more of the Hab flavor coming back through again, but my mouth is pretty much engrossed in the heat at this point. Right in the middle right here, my chest is getting hot still, but it's not as intense. Didn't get the hiccups from this one, but overall in my mouth it's a lot more intense. The very back of my tongue, like right here, underneath, I feel little pinpoints of sting. Over the top of my tongue is, I'm just riding that steady wave of wow, 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 wow. Even my whole tongue on the underside now even is steady, constant. And the middle of my chest is burning. Starting to take up more of my attention now than in my mouth. Burning. It's like when you put your hand under water that's just too hot, just a little bit too hot, and it throbs and stings. That's what it feels like right in the middle of my chest. My mouth's got all the way around my tongue. Especially when I swallow, I feel it just flare up of intensity. And then when I sit still for a minute, just a steady pulsating of warm, of hot, and then slightly less hot. Hot, slightly less, hot, slightly less. But overall, most intense right in the middle of my chest now. Everything else is kind of starting to die down. I think after this I'm going to go and Put a little bit more starchy, fatty food in my tummy to quell some of this, so I don't get a bad stomach ache later. So in conclusion, this habanero, these ones that I got at Super One, excellent flavor, really sweet. A traditional, I would say, habanero flavor. Not extremely adventurously fruity like the Nagamorich or Jalokias. And some other habaneros I've had have a slightly more bell pepper-like flavor to them, even the ones that were orange and ripe. And I've had some that are peach-colored before that were a little bit more fruity, you could say. These ones overall are pretty good. Good high-level heat. And if you eat a whole one of them, make sure you chew it up more and get it more in your mouth, because it's a little bit less pleasant when there's a lingering hot right in the middle of your esophagus inside your chest. It's very distracting, and I feel like I could get a stomach ache if I don't eat something pretty soon here. Having 2 out of 3 of these being really hot in the last half hour or so, my gut might pay the price if I'm not careful. So orange, carrot-like habaneros are pretty decent and quite hot.